Alright, what's going on everyone? It's Dungeon coming at you with another vid. We're gonna go ahead and pick up where we left off on the easy mode for the part 2. If you checked out the part 1.5, then you picked up some battle tips on how to parry, how to block, and how to just pretty much go through the basic battle strategies that you will need to be successful here in Dark Souls 2. Now, a couple things from the last video that I made mention had to do with strength. So we're going to take a minute and go through some of these, really strength and agility. So a couple things we want to go through is I want to take a look at the attributes. Now, hopefully you farmed up. I farmed up to level 22. And there's a reason for that, and that's because of the weapon choices that I'm going to make. And so you notice that I have a strength of 15 and dex of 12. Now, while I don't need a dex of 12 in order to wield the Morning Star, I do need a strength of 15 in order to wield it with one hand. Last time I had made mention that like when you two-hand it, you get a bonus to your strength for the requirements of the weapon. It's actually, it doubles your strength to discern the requirement. So basically, like if you need a 15 to wield the Morning Star, you really only need to have half of that to be able to do it with two hands, and half of that would be 7.5, so it's got to be 8. So you got to have an 8 strength in order to wield it with two hands. Now, the other thing that I had mentioned was that you do get a bonus when you're attacking with the two-handed weapon, and basically it will add the bonus to your weapon. So, like here, I'll show you real quick. So, like the Morning Star, see how it has a plus 34? That's because my strength is a 15. If I two-hand it, my strength would basically be 1.5, whatever that is. So that I'd get a bonus of like 7 or whatever. So it doesn't mean it'll get a plus 7 to damage. It means that it will calculate the bonus from the strength statistic to being 7 points higher. So it'll probably end up doing, it'll be like another 10 or 15 or maybe even 20 points of damage on the page that you see right here. So and it doesn't translate like number for number when you attack enemies, because they have resistances, so whenever you hit them you won't do full damage. So the other thing that was super duper important was agility. Now you notice right here I've got agility of 88. For those of you who are casting classes, you'll probably be raising your attunement. So I'm going to show you what that is right here. Attunement's right here. And if you raise that, it doesn't get the same bonus that adaptability does, but you do get a bonus to agility, and as long as you have agility of at least 88, I'll put a tear sheet up for you guys so you can see what I'm talking about, then you'll have a considerably better iframe number, so that's invisibility frames, and it'll jump from the lowest it can be is like 0.16 seconds, which is like nothing, to by putting just like I raised it from 6 to 9, so I only put 3 points into it, and I like doubled the amount of seconds of iframe, so it went from 0.16 to 0.3. So it's a huge difference, and it is one of the things that actually turned people off of Dark Souls 2 when it first was released. It's because people didn't understand this, and honestly it's probably a developer error to actually have the iframes be something you can adjust with ability points. Probably a bad decision, but nonetheless it's kind of like a crutch stat. You gotta have at least some points in adaptability to raise that agility statistic. Anyhow, a couple other tips before we move on. Early on in your game, you'll probably want to increase your strength and dex so that you can use your weapon. I said this before. I can't say it enough, because you want to be able to at least use the weapons that you want to have. And in this playthrough, I'm going to probably try to show you guys several different weapons and stuff like that. I might even, through the playthrough, bring up a couple other characters that use different things, so you can see, you know, how the playstyle changes when you're using, you know, a miracle build versus a dex build versus a magic user build, and so on and so forth. So the other thing, the last thing is that when you raise these attribute points, the strength, dex, intelligence, and faith attributes, they only give you small bonuses at lower numbers, and then once you get past like 30, the numbers, the benefits that you get, the bonuses that you get, become a lot more considerable. Like, you'll get a lot more extra damage when you raise your statistics between 30 and 40. Unless we're talking about pyromancer or hexers, those operate a little bit differently, but in general, those you'll see more bonuses between like 20 to 30. Now, intelligence and miracles, you get a lot of bonuses up to 20, and then past 20 it kind of scales down a little bit, and then from 30 to 40 you get a lot more bonuses again. So you should check the wiki. There's I'll post a wiki link down below, and you can go to that so you can identify, like, you know, what kind of bonuses you can expect to see at what levels. The one that's pretty static, that is very important early on, aside from adaptability, is going to be vigor, which is this first attribute right here. It's going to increase your hit points. When you run out of hit points, you die. So between 6, if you're deprived, between 6 to 20, you get the biggest bonuses to HP. You'll get 30 HP per point of vigor. So if you can get it up to 20, you'll get a very huge benefit to your HP. Now, what I'm going to tell you is going to, you know, it's going to make you have to make this judgment call, because you need to like know how good you are, because you can, on one side, sacrifice a few points of vigor in order to reallocate them to like strength, dex, intelligence, or faith, because it's like the whole idea of a good defense is a great offense. You know what I'm saying? So if you're killing enemies, you're not going to take damage. So sometimes you kind of might have to make that call of like, I'm going to hold off on putting points to my vigor so that I can actually do better damage to the enemies. So it's up to you how you do it. I'll release some builds videos to kind of go through the different type of builds that you might have, and for early on, what type of point allocation, attribute point allocation you can have at like low levels. Like, I'll probably shoot for maybe around 50 or something like that, or 60, and see, you know, where you can actually stand to benefit greatly from early stat allocation. Anyhow, so let's go ahead and resume where we left off. We were at the second bonfire in the forest of the last giant. So we're gonna go ahead and head over there right now. I'll see you guys over there in just a minute. Alright, y'all, I know I said we were gonna go to the forest of the fallen giants and go ahead and resume and stuff like that, but look, we gotta talk about this blacksmith right here. Okay, check this out. Who
are you? Oh, it doesn't matter. Just help me open this door. I packed my tools in here. seeing it was vacant. But now somebody's gone and locked the door.
Do you see what he's saying? He's like, somebody gone and locked the door. Like, he's like, yeah, we got to do something about this. And he's like, ... somebody locked the door. This dude is saying you did it, all right? And the thing is like, we're going to go get that key, but when we come back, like, he thinks that we are the ones that took it, and then we come back with the key, that's just going to confirm his suspicions. This dude thinks that we took the key, and we're going to go in there and rob him. And the thing is that we are. There is a chest in there that we're going to get, and it has a short bow inside, and we're going to get that here in a little bit. And that's technically his. It's in his shop. You know what I'm saying? Like, I played other games and stuff. Like, for instance, The Witcher. If you ever played The Witcher, you'll, like, go into people's homes and steal their stuff, and they, like, don't say anything for some reason. But, like, in this one, this dude says something to you. Like, it ain't very overt. You know what I mean? But he gets mad, dude. He gets really mad. He charges you high prices for his equipment and stuff like that, and he's always telling you, like, get out of his face and stuff, and he's busy and they got to do work and whatever. Like, assuming that, like, what you are doing isn't work too. You know what I mean? Like I'm over here slaving away, putting my life on the line, getting these souls and stuff, and this dude over here is like, yo, man, I'm busy. Like, I'm over here trying to link the flames and stuff, you know what I mean? So anyhow, getting back to this thing, there's a bunch of dudes that come over here try to, like, sneak up on you. Like, if you come over here, see that drop right there? If you go over there without killing that dude up there, he'll come around and get you. If you come over here without watching out for this dude over here, he'll jump down and get you. I mean, this is Dark Souls over here, you know what I'm saying? Like, these dudes, they might not be strong, but when they try to ambush you, you know what I'm saying? Like, they will definitely mess you up. Just make sure you're using those battle tactics that I was showing you, you know what I'm saying? You gotta, like, stick and move, you know what I mean? Use your shield. And I know most of you guys probably don't have a really good shield unless you start off like a knight or whatever, but use the shield, alright? It might not block everything, but it's gonna block a lot. Alright, even this cleric, the Parma that I have right here, I think it's the cleric Parma. So use it. Now, over here, these dudes are gonna wake up. They look like they're all dead and stuff, but they're not, man. They're playing. But check it out. You can do that jump attack on these dudes, you know what I'm saying? You could also backstab them when they get up, and that's also a good strategy. But what we're gonna do is come back and get these dudes here in a minute, because we got to do two things. We got to get that drop right there, and we have to aggro this dude on the ladder, because you start climbing the ladder, he'll start kicking you from up above, and then once you don't have any more stamina on a ladder, that's when you fall off the ladder. So here's the thing, man. I told you guys about this controller that I'm using. I'm not gonna lie, y'all, it's for real, okay? This controller has made me, like, I'll try to jump and stuff, and then I'll be going forward this way, and then it made me jump off this way, and I like died, man. That was not cool. So we're gonna go ahead and try to do this. Hopefully I don't die. We're gonna practice though. This is what you should do too. You should practice, you know, getting the timing for jumping, like when you hit it and where you jump and stuff. Just be careful not to fall down that thing, okay? Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and jump. My dog is sitting right here in my face. Hopefully it doesn't distract me. I'm not feeling too good about this. I'll tell you what, before I jump, I'm gonna tell you a little story. The first time I played Dark Souls 2, I think I died like 3-4 times on this one right here. Uh-oh. Ooh, I barely missed it. I tell you what, I got lucky, because if you get this far and you come over here, you're dead. Alright, you are very dead. But I barely missed that jump. Alright. Getting too apprehensive. See, I told you my dogs are barking. You could hear them. Alright, I wasn't joking about that. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this jump. Uh-oh. Oh my god. Alright, Dark Souls. I swear I hit the button that time too, though, but whatever. Alright, now here's the deal. I'm hollowed now. This is what I look like. I don't want to stay looking like this. So, look, I really don't care about using my humanity. I'm going to just use it because I don't want to look like that. You guys can look like that if you want to, but you guys aren't streaming on YouTube. So, I'm all good with this. So I know exactly what I'm doing. Alright, so one at a time, one at a time. Just like that. Okay, so we're going to resume where we left off right over here before I met my untimely Dark Souls death. I will say that I saw a statistic about Dark Souls not too long ago that apparently the most deaths come from, out of all reasons of dying, come from gravity. Like, that is the by far largest reason why people die in Dark Souls. So if you die from that, honestly, I'm not too upset. Don't be too upset, you know what I'm saying? Like, it happens, you know what I mean? Ooh, I would have never got that drop. I'm gonna go ahead and equip that thing like right now. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, now the problem is I don't have any arrows, but you know what? Maybe I won't equip that. That's just gonna weigh me down. But man, oh man, that's cool. Because now I got two. And the cool thing about having two is that you can have one like imbued with one element, like fire for example, and then one imbued with like another element. So that is very, very, very nice. Alright, so here we go. We are going to definitely make this jump this time. I almost feel like I was just showing you how to not do it. Alright, even with a janky controller, you can Dark Souls it up. Alright, so resuming on. Yeah, that was a cool drop. So, like I was saying before, I am going to be doing this with different character setups and stuff. So, oh. Yeah, see what I'm saying? This dude's trying to knock me off. So, you might notice, because because I'm using multiple characters to go through the playthrough, I'm gonna try to keep them around the same level, so that you know, it's you know, makes sense for your playthrough as far as what level you'll be at. But you might notice that like some of my playthroughs I'll have certain weapons, and other playthroughs I won't have the same weapons, because I'll be playing as like a mage, or I might be playing as a cleric or something like that, so that you guys can actually see, you know, a little bit of a difference. Ooh, that was a close one. Yeah, platforming in this one seems to be a little bit nicer than in other Dark Souls, because like when you hit a certain spot to jump, it'll actually make you jump a little bit further, it seems. Like the animation changes when you're jumping across something, which is kind of cool. Makes it a little bit easier to make some of these jumps, because it looks like you shouldn't be able to, but you can. Now, if for some reason you don't kill that dude up there and you just push him off the edge, be careful, because he'll throw fire bombs over at you. He'll be down at the floor but throwing fire bombs, and you want to be very careful, because these dudes laying down will jump up at you and then you'll have like a whole bunch of dudes attacking you at the same time. And if that does happen, a couple things you can do. You can try to like single one out, kill one at a time, or you can potentially try to climb down the ladder and see who follows you. And if no one follows you, they'll eventually de-aggro, and then you can, you know, take one at a time. And don't forget that you should have some daggers. Yeah, see, you've got some throwing knives, and you can actually use those to aggro them. And we're gonna be using some of those here in a minute. By the time we get to the next bonfire, we'll use some of those. Ooh, foot soldier sword. Now here's the thing with these like enemy weapons. Some of them are not too bad, you know what I'm saying? But honestly, because of their durability, they're really not the best weapons. In this game, durability is very real. So basically, I don't know if you ever played that Zelda Breath of the Wild, because if you are not paying attention to your durability, like look at this weapon, it's already like a 38 durability, you know what I mean? And that's out of 60. If it goes down to 0, the thing breaks. So what I'll do is I can use this, so I'll go ahead and use it and show you guys what the moveset looks like. There's nothing wrong with that. All the weapons in this game are pretty cool, you know what I mean? They all have different things that are some things that are good, some things that are not so good. And like this one, take a look at the moveset. You've got a pretty horizontal light attack, and then there you go, look at that. That strong attack is a thrusting attack, and thrusting attacks are very good in this game. Strike damage is good, thrusting is also good. But around the corner there's a dude. He's gonna jump out at us, try to catch us off guard, but I'm going to mess him up with my thrusting attack. See? Because if I were to attack with my horizontal attack, oh, it actually goes through. That's pretty cool. A lot of times, yeah, see? A lot of times it'll hit the wall and then you don't do anything, and that's very not good. Alright, so both these dudes are gonna attack. There you go. Stun him back a little bit with your stab. There's another dude right here. Let's see if I can get a backstab on. Yeah. Let's see what he drops. Some armor. Look, if you want to wear armor, you can wear armor, actually. I'm not wearing any armor, but I could like put on some armor, you know what I mean? I don't have to be naked and stuff. There you go. Now I look like, I don't know, a very mysterious stranger, if anyone knows the reference. Alright, there's two dudes over here. They're both gonna try to mess with me. Let me see if I can. There we go. I've sufficiently aggroed them. Ah, nice. Thrust weapon, man. Yeah. Yeah, very, very cool. Very cool. If you have a dagger, daggers are also thrust if you two-hand it. So that's kind of cool. Now, for those of you who are mages, you can easily just range attack these dudes right here. I'm going to go ahead and heal up, just to be sure. Because this is a little bit of a tricky spot. On your first playthrough especially. Oops, I'm supposed to do that. Alright. There we go. Alright. So, lock onto him. You can see if you can knock him off while dodging the arrows. There. Oh, sweet, he's dead. And, now here's the thing. I think he shoots like 2 arrows real quick. So he'll shoot 1. And see, there's 2. And now we could charge him. There's a dude on the right. And here's where a swipe attacks, like the horizontal swings, kind of nice, because if there's a group of enemies, you can like potentially stagger all of them at the same time. Notice that dude right there? Yeah. Now we have the Parma. I think it's the Cleric Parma. I have to know what it is. I'm pretty sure it's the Cleric Parma. Crimson Parma. So I'm pretty sure the Crimson Parma is a little bit better than what the Buckler does, but we'll compare here in a second. Now this dude right here, normally you go to open up that door on my right, and then he'll like come around from behind you, and the first thing you see when you open this door is the bonfire. So you go in there. One time I wasn't paying attention. I was going through a playthrough and I opened this thing up and started coming in, and this dude like come around from behind me, and I was like, what the heck? And especially because you like think you're gonna be able to rest at the bonfire, but it won't let you rest at the bonfire if there's an enemy nearby. So anyhow, no, I don't want to summon you, bruh. Sorry. Now, I will say summoning here is kind of a decent idea, because a lot of times what people will do is try to come over here and be get some summoning what do you call those, the benefits for joining in different not clans but covenants. And if you like do certain things while in a certain covenants, like for instance the Sun Covenant, you'll get more medallions, and then you can get like cleric miracles and stuff like that, which is pretty good. So a lot of times people will come over here and try to do that so that you can help them, they can help you, you know, because they need to get those summons in, and you need help probably on a boss. And this bonfire right here is actually really close for like the first boss actually. Now we're gonna talk to the lady over here, because she is the one who actually took the key. Alright, look, no, see how she laughs and stuff? She's laughing like she's up to no good and stuff, and then she's gonna turn around and sell you like the key. She has other things that she has, you know, acquired, quote unquote. One thing of which, 3 actually, that are pretty good actually, is the hand axe, the club, and the Castus. Now, right upstairs there's another hand axe, so you probably don't need to buy this, but if you're gonna like dual wield them, then you know, go ahead, buy it. It's a really good strength weapon, so very very good move set too. So I mean, look, it may be a start like a really early game weapon, but it's actually really good. Same thing with the club, early game weapon, but take a look, it's got it already. Without being upgraded at all, it has an A scaling in strength, which means it's going to do a lot of extra damage if you have a higher strength. And then you have the Castus, which, cool thing is that it gains scaling off of dex, and it's a strike weapon, which for dex based weapons, this is one of the only strike weapons. And the other thing is, look, if you haven't played Dark Souls with a Castus, like basically punching enemies, you have to try it. And Dark Souls 2 probably is the best one to try it in, because you get these extra moves and stuff when you power stance. So if you have 2 of these things, it is really fun. I highly recommend that. Okay, so what else did they got? Well, she's got this thing. This is what most of you I would recommend to grab, because if you take a look at the item info, it says that it raises item discovery. Now, I made a video about item discovery, and this one right here will raise your item discovery 25 points, which basically will allow you to find a lot more things around the map when you kill enemies. So that being said, we're gonna go back and buy that, but first I just bought the key to the blacksmith shop from the lady who stole it, basically. And that's, you know, that's my story, and I'm gonna stick to it. Also, she can sell you spells. So if you did not start as a spellcaster, or you did and you just want another spell castings for it, set of spell castings for it, then you can buy these. They're only 1,500, and you know, pretty good spells, especially from like starting off and stuff. They're pretty good spells. Now, going back to this, I'm gonna buy one, and I'm gonna go ahead and equip it because it's gonna help, like really big time help, because this way you'll be able to get more things when you kill stuff. So more life gems, more effigies. So for those of you who are hurting from effigies, this is something very good to have. Because and there's 2 Titanite shards right there. Look at that. Yeah, and a hand axe. I told you I was gonna get that. Let's see if I can. So the other thing that I was gonna say, if you are actually hurting from, you know, dying, if you're dying a lot, you can actually put your summon stone down, and whenever you look at all those blood stains, and then whenever you actually get summoned into someone's world and you defeat a boss, then you actually will get another effigy, you know. It'll make you human and stuff like that. So, you know, cooperation with other people in this game is highly supported. And there's a summon stone right there. So at this point, you can actually, you know, instead of farming certain areas, which sometimes can get kind of boring, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, you can just join up with someone else. You'll still earn souls and stuff like that. Sometimes you'll be able to, like, you know, investigate the map. If you're not familiar with the map, you can investigate it with someone else and stuff like that, and maybe even make a friend out of it. I mean, it's usually a really good idea, especially for beginners. Like sometimes when I'm playing Souls games, if I've never tried to defeat a boss, sometimes I'll just put my summon sign down before I get into the boss fight, and like go through the boss fight with someone else, like on someone else's game. You know, it's gonna help them because you're helping them, and it's gonna help yourself because you're getting some experience in how to defeat that boss. So here we go. This guy, I'm telling you, he doesn't like us.
I'm nothing without my tool. Bring me that key. Chop chop.
See? He's like, yo man, you took the key, just bring it, you know? And here it is locked. So I'm gonna open it. He's watching me unlock it with the key. You know what I'm saying? Like, he already thinks that I stole it. And then I'm gonna come over here and rob him. And look, watch. So there's that other short bow. So look at these. There's bloodstains in here. It's not a wonder why people have died in here. Look.
Ah yes, now I can get. But first, let me set up. Come.
So, I mean, it doesn't even look like he's setting up. I don't know what's the deal with this guy. So I'm gonna go ahead and rest. I'm gonna show you what happens. Look. So he's over here. It looks like he's working.
Stand back.
Do you see this?
Dangerous work.
He's telling you to get out. You just unlocked the thing. You bought for 1,000 souls.
And you are?
Thanks? No. A useless traveler. You see that?
A man ought to labor with his feet planted firmly in the earth. Not roam around like you flirtatious vagabonds.
He calls you a vagabond.
Well, what does it matter? Your equipment. Let me have a look.
Said do it quick, like he's so busy and stuff. Look, watch what happens when I just leave.
Don't waste my time.
Look, man, I just unlocked your... You lost your key. The old hag stole it. Sold it to me. I bought it. Gave it to you. Man, whatever, bruh. So, look, here's what we're gonna do. You look, you might not like each other, but you have to work together. Alright? Here's a bunch of stuff that he has. There's some items that are really good on his selection. The mace, super good, top-notch weapon. Battle axe, awesome weapon. The S-stock, rapier, falchion, broadsword. I mean, all these longsword, all these weapons are very good. Well, except for the spear. The spear is kind of trash. I'm just kidding. The spear is alright. But we're not going to buy any of those things. Look, we are going to buy some arrows. Alright, and then we're going to equip the arrows and equip the bow, because we're going to be needing that here in the next thing. Alright, so basically at this point I'm going to equip that. I'm going to equip a strike weapon. I think that's the only one I've got right now. We can take a look at this. Actually, it looks like the buckler is slightly better, so we'll equip this. That's fine. Let's see what it looks like. It looks pretty cool. Alright, so there you have it. The forest of the last giant. And now on the next one, we're actually going to go ahead and get to the the Hyde's Tower. There's an item in there, so I don't know if you noticed, but on this character in particular, I'll show you real quick. On this character in particular, I'm down to 1 human effigy, alright? And you might not have any. So that would be a very big problem, and we're going to go ahead and solve that problem in Hyde's Tower in the next episode. Until then, I would say, farm up a little bit in Hyde's Tower if you can. Alright, I will do that. I'm probably going to level up just a little bit, and then I'll see you in the next one. Alright, everyone.